Imagine holding a tiny copper coin in your hand. A coin that most people would glance at, dismiss as spare change, and toss into a jar. Now imagine learning that this same coin, a Lincoln 1984 1-cent piece, could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars because of one tiny detail most people never notice. That's the incredible truth about rare pennies, and the 1984 Lincoln cent has become one of the most fascinating coins in the world of collectors. When people hear about coins worth life-changing sums, they often assume these treasures are impossible to find, locked away in private collections, or discovered only by experts. But history shows us something different. Some of the rarest and most valuable coins ever discovered were found in ordinary circulation, tucked away in pocket change, or sitting unnoticed in an old jar of pennies, passed down from grandparents. The 1984 Lincoln cent falls into this incredible category. It was produced in the millions, yet a small number of them were struck with an error so dramatic that it transformed an everyday penny into a treasure worth staggering sums of money. The 1984 Lincoln cent was part of the long-running series that began in 1909, commemorating Abraham Lincoln on the centennial of his birth. By 1984, the coin had already gone through decades of circulation, and the design by Victor David Brenner remained iconic. Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what makes this coin stand out isn't its basic design. It's the presence of a dramatic doubling error, known as the 1984 doubled die obverse. This error was caused during the minting process, when the die that stamped Lincoln's portrait shifted slightly, creating a doubled image that is visible to the naked eye. Collectors quickly realized the uniqueness of this mistake. On the 1984 doubled die penny, Lincoln's ear appears doubled, almost as though he has an extra ear, giving it the nickname the doubled ear penny. This doubling isn't faint or hidden. It's bold, clear, and unmistakable once you know what to look for. Such a striking error makes the coin one of the most sought-after modern Lincoln cents in existence. But what transforms this small anomaly into a life-changing discovery is its market value. While a regular 1984 penny is worth only 1 cent, the doubled die version has sold at auctions for hundreds, even thousands of dollars depending on condition. In pristine, uncirculated states, some of these coins have fetched values in the tens of thousands. The idea that a penny, something most people drop on the floor and ignore, could carry a price tag of that magnitude is what fuels the excitement among collectors. In fact, certain rare examples have been valued and sold for amounts that approach the kind of money most people associate with luxury cars, or even homes. Some believe that unique conditions, rarity, and collector demand could one day push the most perfect examples into million-dollar territory. To understand why, you have to consider the world of coin collecting. Numismatics isn't just a hobby, it's a thriving market built on rarity, condition, history, and demand. Whenever a coin has an error that is dramatic, easily visible, and limited in number, it becomes an instant target for collectors. The 1984 doubled die penny checks every one of those boxes. It is rare enough to be exciting, yet not so rare that no one ever finds one. That means stories continue to emerge of people stumbling upon them in old collections, inherited jars of coins, or even in circulation years ago. Every time one is found, it reignites the fascination with the series. The condition of the coin plays a massive role in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale that considers wear, scratches, luster, and strike quality. A heavily circulated 1984 doubled die penny might sell for a few $100s, which is still an incredible return on a 1-cent piece. But a coin in mint state showing no wear and flawless surfaces can skyrocket into the thousands. Collectors and investors alike chase after those high-grade examples because they represent the pinnacle of rarity and condition combined. What's especially remarkable about the 1984 penny is that it bridges the gap between the everyday and the extraordinary. Unlike ancient coins or ultra-rare commemoratives, this is a coin from modern times, struck in the millions and widely circulated across the United States. This means that the possibility of finding one is not some far-fetched dream. Ordinary people have discovered them. The difference lies in knowing what to look for. If you examine a 1984 penny closely, the telltale sign of value is the doubling on Lincoln's ear. On normal coins, Lincoln's ear appears singular and smooth. On the doubled die variety, however, there's a clear second outline, almost as though the president is depicted with two ears. To the untrained eye, it might look like a small flaw or smudge, but to a collector it is a beacon of value. That small doubling transforms the coin from pocket change into a collectible worth potentially life-changing amounts. The allure of coins like the 1984 doubled die penny goes beyond money. It's about discovery, history, and the thrill of knowing that something rare can still be hiding in plain sight. Every year, new generations of collectors learn about these errors, and the demand continues to grow. With time, the number of well-preserved examples naturally decreases as coins are damaged or lost, which only adds to the value of those that survive in pristine condition. In many ways, the 1984 penny tells a larger story about how little things can have big impacts. A minor shift in a die at the mint created an error, and that error gave birth to one of the most famous modern pennies. For the people who stumble across one, it is a reminder that life can surprise you in the smallest of ways, sometimes with the smallest of objects. Imagine finding one of these coins in your change. You might be standing at a convenience store counter, ready to toss the penny into the take a penny, leave a penny train. Instead, you pause, notice something unusual about Lincoln's ear, and suddenly realize you're holding a coin that could be worth thousands. That instant of awareness could transform an ordinary day into one of the most memorable moments of your life. The world of coin collecting is full of stories like that, where ordinary people discover extraordinary treasures. And the 1984 Lincoln cent remains one of the most exciting modern coins, because it blurs the line between everyday object and rare collectible. Some collectors spend years searching for one. Others dream of finding the elusive mint state example that could reach astronomical value at auction. So the next time you handle a penny, especially one from the 1980s, take a moment to look closely. Inspect Lincoln's ear, because hidden in plain sight could be a fortune disguised as spare change. The 1984 Lincoln cent proves that sometimes the smallest things carry the biggest surprises, and a single penny can hold the power of millions. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that you once thought was just pocket change, only to discover that it could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars. The 1982 Lincoln cent is one of those fascinating coins that continues to surprise collectors and casual finders alike. A piece of copper or zinc that might change someone's life in an instant. For many, a penny is nothing more than loose change in the bottom of a jar, but in the world of numismatics, the 1982 penny is a symbol of transition, rarity, and hidden value that makes it one of the most sought-after coins in American history. The year 1982 was unlike any other for the Lincoln cent. Before that year, the penny had been made primarily of copper, a tradition that stretched back decades. But in the early 1980s, copper prices skyrocketed, and the U.S. Mint faced a dilemma. The cost of producing a penny in pure copper was nearly equal to or even greater than its face value. To solve this problem, the Mint made a major change, switching the penny's composition from 95% copper to a much cheaper copper-coated zinc. This decision created one of the most interesting chapters in coin collecting history, because during 1982 both copper and zinc pennies were minted, making it a year of transition that resulted in multiple varieties and some incredibly rare errors. There are not just one or two, but 7 recognized varieties of the 1982 Lincoln cent. These include small date and large date designs for both copper and zinc compositions, along with differences depending on whether the coins were minted in Philadelphia or Denver. That year saw the Mint producing coins that looked nearly identical to the untrained eye, but their composition and size details made all the difference in value. The large date cents featured thicker numerals and different spacing than the small date cents, while the copper and zinc coins had drastically different weights. Copper pennies weighed 3.1 and 11 grams, while the new zinc pennies weighed only 2.5 grams, giving collectors an easy way to distinguish them with a simple scale. Among these varieties, one stands out as a holy grail for collectors: the 1982 D small date copper cent. For years, experts believed that no such coin existed, because the Denver Mint supposedly struck small date cents only in zinc. But in 2016, a collector stunned the numismatic world by discovering a genuine 1982 D small date struck on a copper planchette. This single coin sold for over $18,000, and experts suggest it could one day reach hundreds of thousands, if not millions, depending on demand and rarity. Only a handful have been confirmed to exist, making it one of the rarest modern Lincoln cents ever found. The story of the 1982 penny isn't just about one rare variety. Even the more common types can carry value if they are in pristine condition. Collectors often pay a premium for coins graded as mint state, especially those with no scratches, marks, or wear. Some 1982 Lincoln cents have sold for thousands of dollars at auctions, simply because of their condition and grade. The most valuable examples are typically certified by grading services such as PCGS or NGC, where top populations bring record prices. For example, a 1982 Lincoln cent graded MS-67 or higher can command prices in the hundreds or even thousands, even if it is not the rare small date copper variety. Adding to the excitement, errors from 1982 also exist. Double dies, off-center strikes, and other minting mistakes can dramatically raise the value of a coin. Imagine finding a coin where Lincoln's face is doubled, or the lettering is misaligned. Such unique errors can turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. These error coins are highly desirable, and can reach extraordinary prices depending on their rarity and demand among enthusiasts. What makes the 1982 penny so fascinating is the story it tells about America's economy and the U.S. Mint's struggle to adapt to rising metal prices. The decision to shift from copper to zinc wasn't just about saving money. It reshaped the identity of one of the most iconic coins in American history. For collectors, it created a treasure hunt, as millions of 1982 pennies still circulate today, hidden in drawers, jars, and old piggy banks across the country. Any one of those coins could turn out to be the rare variety worth a life-changing sum. Imagine walking into a store paying with exact change, and unknowingly handing over a penny worth tens of thousands of dollars. This isn't just fantasy, it has happened before. The rarity of the 1982 D small date copper cent proves that valuable coins can and do slip through the cracks of everyday circulation. Collectors often encourage people to check their change carefully, especially if they come across a penny from. With the simple test of weighing it, you could determine if it is copper or zinc. And if it's a Denver Mint small date weighing 3.1 grams, you may have struck gold. While copper worth more than gold in this case. For beginners in coin collecting, the 1982 Lincoln cent is a perfect entry point. It's a coin that can still be found in circulation today, meaning anyone has the chance to discover something rare without having to spend thousands on auctions or dealers. With patience and knowledge, collectors can build a full set of the 7 varieties, which in itself is an achievement and a rewarding pursuit. The thrill of searching through rolls of pennies, hoping to uncover a valuable 1982 coin, keeps the hobby alive for many. The intrigue surrounding the 1982 penny also makes it a timeless story for coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Each time a new variety or rare specimen surfaces, it renews excitement in the collecting world. Just like the famous 1943 copper cent, the 1982 penny holds a legendary status for modern coins. Both are testaments to the fact that even the smallest denomination can sometimes carry the biggest stories and value. Collectors often say that coins are history in your hand, And the 1982 Lincoln cent embodies that perfectly. It represents change, both in design and in the economy. It shows how something as small as a penny can tell us about inflation, resource scarcity, and government decision. But beyond that, it proves that everyday objects can still hold mysteries waiting to be uncovered. So the next time you come across a 1982 penny, don't dismiss it as just another cent. Take a closer look, weigh it, and study its date style. You might just be holding a piece of numismatic history that could change your life. Stories of people finding valuable coins in pocket change are real, and the 1982 penny remains one of the most exciting coins for such discovery. While millions of ordinary examples exist, the rare varieties carry the potential to be worth thousands, even millions, making this coin a true hidden treasure of modern American coinage. Imagine holding a single penny in your hand, a coin so ordinary that most people wouldn't give it a second glance. Yet, what if I told you that a Lincoln 1988 1-cent coin, the same copper-colored coin millions of Americans used in their daily lives, could be worth thousands, even millions of dollars today if it carries the right error, rarity, or unique characteristic? This isn't just a simple penny. It could be a hidden fortune waiting to be discovered in a coin jar, an old drawer, or even tucked away in your pocket change. That's the magic of numismatics, where history, rarity, and demand can transform the smallest piece of currency into a life-changing treasure. The Lincoln 1988 1-cent coin is part of the beloved Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which began in 1959 and continued through 2000. Designed by Frank Gasparow, the reverse features the Lincoln Memorial in fine detail, while the obverse carries the enduring profile of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. By 1988, the Lincoln cent had already become one of the most widely recognized coins in U.S. history. Billions were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and on the surface these coins seemed unremarkable. Most were produced from copper-plated zinc, following the change made in 1982 when the U.S. Mint shifted away from primarily copper composition to reduce costs. But here's where the story of the 1988 penny gets interesting. Among the massive number of coins produced, a few slip through with striking errors and transitional mistakes that collectors chase with incredible passion. One of the most famous is the 1988 reverse of 1989 variety. On these coins, the obverse still shows Lincoln's familiar portrait, but the reverse carries subtle design elements that belong to the 1989 version of the Lincoln Memorial Cent. Specifically, the style of the designer's initials, FG, for Frank Gasparow, near the base of the memorial is slightly different. In 1989, the Mint modified the design, and somehow dies intended for 1989 production were used in 1980. This small difference makes the 1988 reverse of 1989 a coveted variety, with collectors paying high premiums depending on the coin's condition. A normal 1988 cent in circulated condition is usually worth just face value, 1 cent. Even in uncirculated grades, a typical coin may only bring in a small premium, often $1 or $2. But when you consider rare varieties like the 1988 reverse of 1989, the value jumps significantly. Coins in higher mint state grades can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And if one happens to be preserved in pristine, nearly flawless condition, it could attract bidding wars among serious collectors, driving the price to life-changing amounts. That's why collectors search their rolls, jars, and collections so diligently. What looks like an ordinary coin to the untrained eye might actually hold the key to a small fortune. Another factor that makes the 1988 penny fascinating is the possibility of minting errors beyond the reverse variety. Double die errors, off-center strikes, die cracks, and broad strikes are among the mistakes collectors are constantly on the lookout for. These errors occur during the minting process, when dies misalign, press incorrectly, or produce doubling effect. Dramatic error, especially one that is crisp and well-centered, can add tremendous value to the coin. Imagine a penny with part of its design missing, or with Lincoln's profile appearing doubled. Such features transform a simple coin into a unique collectible piece of history. The historical backdrop of the 1988 penny also adds to its charm. This was a period of economic and cultural shifts in America. The late years of Ronald Reagan's presidency, with George H.W. Bush elected as his successor. Though it may seem trivial, coins minted during these years carry the weight of their era. They are tiny time capsules, silently circulating through millions of hands, witnessing daily life while holding untold stories. Every 1988 penny you come across might have paid for a child's candy bar, been dropped into a payphone, or slipped into a donation box. That personal connection, combined with rarity and rare varieties, fuels the passion of collectors. Now let's talk about the truly extraordinary claims of million-dollar values. While not every 1988 penny will make you rich, certain coins with extremely rare characteristics or preserved in the highest possible grading standards can indeed reach astronomical prices. Auction houses have seen common-looking coins explode in value when bidders recognize a rare variety. For example, if a 1988 penny with the reverse of 1989 is discovered in flawless mint state 67 or 68 red condition, certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, its rarity and demand could push its value into staggering figures. The combination of scarcity, condition, and collector frenzy is what creates those headline-making million-dollar stories. The thrill of the hunt is what drives so many collectors. People across America still search through rolls of pennies from banks, flea markets, and estate sales, hoping to stumble across the elusive variety. It's not just about the money, it's about the excitement of finding history in the palm of your hand. For many, discovering a rare 1988 penny is like striking gold in the most unexpected place. And the best part, anyone can participate. You don't need to be wealthy or a professional collector to look through your spare change. All it takes is curiosity, patience, and a sharp eye. Another key element to the coin story is the role of grading and authentication, because the difference between a regular 1988 penny and a valuable 1988 reverse of 1989 variety can be subtle. Professional graders play a critical role. They examine coins under magnification to confirm the variety, authenticate the coin's originality, and assign it a grade based on its condition. A penny graded as mint state 60 might be valuable, but one graded mint state 67 or higher could command enormous sums at auction. Collectors often send their coins to grading companies to unlock their true potential in the marketplace. Collectors also distinguish between coins struck in Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia mint coins have no mint mark, while Denver coins carry a small D under the date. Both varieties are worth checking, as the reverse of 1989 has been found in both. The mint mark itself doesn't drastically affect value, but combined with condition and error varieties, it can add layers of intrigue for collectors. The broader lesson of the 1988 Lincoln penny is that even the most ordinary-seeming coin can carry hidden value. This is why coin collecting continues to capture imaginations around the world. A penny that cost the government less than a cent to make in 1988 could, under the right circumstances, be worth thousands or even millions today. That contrast between face value and collector value is what makes the hobby so thrilling and rewarding. For everyday people, the takeaway is clear. Never dismiss a coin without looking closely. The difference between tossing a penny into a jar and recognizing a rare variety could mean the difference between pocket change and a life-changing discovery. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone curious about the coins you handle every day, the 1988 Lincoln cent stands as a perfect reminder that value is often hidden in plain sight. So the next time you pick up a penny dated 1988, look at the tiny details, especially the initials on the reverse. You might just find yourself holding a piece of history that could transform a single cent into a priceless treasure. The journey from pocket change to potential millions begins with awareness, patience, and the willingness to see beyond the ordinary. In the world of coin collecting, even the humblest penny can carry the weight of a fortune.